All right, y'all. Welcome. Man build 102. 101 was over there.
We just bought a van. We're gonna, build it up, make it look good. Until next time.
So today we're going to talk about our ceiling installation, which includes our insulation and then our shiplap that we're using as our ceiling. In order to install that shiplap, we had to also put in burring strips and our electrical wiring for our spotlights. It's non-mold, non-mildew.
The string is good string.
Okay. It's good string. Alright, we took the string, passed it between the holes in the structure of the van on the inside to create something that would hold these strips of Havelock wool, since there's no glue that's required for these. These bars do not get covered. Instead, we're going to stuff the Havelock wool inside of them. Wait, you want to see how much wool is in my hair? Can you see it?
We can't see.
Going into our van build and knowing we were going to be living in such a small space, we wanted to go with non-toxic materials wherever we could. So with that, we were able to find something called Havelock wool insulation, which we decided to use for all of the insulation in our van, particularly because it has passive filtration, moisture management, and sound absorption, which are some of the top 3 things you would be worried with when it comes to insulating your van. The top being condensation, and Havelock wool is actually one of the best products when it comes to moisture absorption and just making sure that you aren't going to have any issues with mold and mildew in such a small space. You don't want to be breathing that stuff in. Alright, here comes Evan with the measuring tape. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 furring strips up. Going with the 4th one. We've already measured these, but for sakes of this video.
Yeah, I don't want anyone asking dumb questions here.
Why?
How did you measure?
Everybody tell him to stop talking like this. Alright. Ready? Oh! It's super handy.
So as you can see.
So, as we call it, it measures 54 and a little bit, like a quarter.
Good chat. See you on the saw table.
All right. We went to Home Depot and we bought 5 of these planks, I guess, called furring strips.
Now starring the hobo we picked up on the side of the street.
It's cold today, but it's also hot, so I'm wearing layers.
Oh my god, check out these granola combo here. Chacos with socks. Wow.
I'm trying to switch to tea this soon though.
Wow.
Does anybody else have chocos that make their feet?
Do you want yogurt with your granola or what?
Sounds tasty.
So what she's doing here is measuring what I'm about to cut. Wow.
It doesn't really need to be that precise.
Keep in mind,
This is like number 1, do not work with heavy machinery with open toe shoes.
excuse me, I'm a professional. Since we don't know what since we know what we're doing so well, we have this plan to go halfway and then come back and do the other half.
You guys, if this all works out, this is proof that anybody can make a van. Oh my god, it's overheating.
We've been told that the sparks, if the sparks don't fly, it's bad.
but look at how even that is.
Just like we drew it up. X's and O's. Look at the dog.
Dude! Hey! You probably shouldn't hang out down here, Bubba. Say hi to the camera. Wave. Take your hand and wave. This is what she wants me to throw. Yeah. You want me to throw that? Come on. Come on. Come on. This is what we call slow motion for me. Slow motion. Slow motion for me. Move it slow. Now, I'm gonna throw your ball. Come on.
This is reason number 153 why the van is not done yet.
This dog is broken. All right.
Drill on. Right now we're putting a pilot hole. This will just make the first one a little easier.
I'm scared I'm gonna go through the seat.
Yeah, you don't want to go through the actual roof. And now we're gonna drill into the sheet metal, or the metal, whatever it is.
Oh, God. And then you try to not lose an eyeball.
It's alright. I only broke my wrist 3 times yesterday. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah.
It went straight through? Wow. Penelope's hiding in our garage closet because it's about to storm outside and she hates thunderstorms, guys. And a cameo from my grandpa and my dad, which are gonna find out soon enough. We started our van build between just me and Evan and quickly realized we needed a lot of hands on deck to help with us, so we called in the big guns. We have 4 lights in the front and 4 lights in the back, and they are on a dual zone light switch with a dimmer, meaning we can turn off all of the ones in the back or all the ones in the front individually and also dim individually. And this actually has helped us a ton when one of us is still in bed and we need to have the kitchen lights on, or vice versa. And on to our Shiplap installation, which is part of my favorite feature in the van. It just looks so clean and pretty and even and all the good things. So what's tricky about the van is that nothing is ever straight or flat. So with the Shiplap, we started with installing the piece on the furthest right we could go before the van started to curve in, which is actually very different from what people typically do. Typically we start in the middle, which is what my approach originally was going to be, but my grandfather has a lot of experience in building and he was confident that we could start from the side and the process would be easier that way, so we went along with the plan and it worked out perfectly. The holes that we put into the Shiplap for installing the overhead lights, we actually made the cut once the piece of Shiplap had already been installed into the ceiling, and that was just so that we didn't run into any issues with being a little too close to a beam or a furring strip or something else, so it just made the measurements easier on us. Anyways, you can see we screwed in the Shiplap to each of the furring strips that we installed throughout the van. And those are holding in there pretty tight. There's no movement at all. The Shiplap is interlocking, so there's only a small space in between, which actually makes it look pretty aesthetic.
¿Cómo estabas trabajando? Todos los días, mi amor. Ayer llegué tan cansado.
And here's a little clip that's actually all in Spanish, but I'll translate it for you guys. Basically, my mom is just making fun of my dad for supposedly not working, and he's like, "What are you talking about? I'm always working. I'm so tired from yesterday." he is always working, and he's a trooper because he helped us with so much of this build, and half of it wouldn't be as nice as it is if it weren't for him. Let's come.
What happened today, Melanie?
We got the ceiling installed. Look at that! Oh my gosh! I don't know if it's because of how the light's coming in right now, but it looks brighter, cleaner. We don't have wool falling in our eyes anymore.
Looks really good.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
You did it. You made a great choice on.
Oh, my dad says if we cover these with like silicone, and then paint, that you can barely see them.
Oh, I bet. Shows a good ceiling. That's good.
And voila, here's our final ceiling, including our fan and our wiring for our ceiling lights, which we actually install later on in the build. And we do a quick test of the fan just to make sure everything has been plugged in correctly. This is probably not the safest method, but it